our thumb on our opposite hand to do what we call scalp scooting. That's this motion right here, where we're taking up tension on the scalp like that. When we're cutting short like this, more hair cutting is happening in this hand than really is happening in this hand. And this is the hand with the clipper. We're really cutting hair with this one. Remember that little Spanish kid we talked about earlier? We did that little #1 buzz cut? Yeah. Little kid comes into clinic. Mom wants a #1 buzz cut. Put a 1 guard on the clipper, zip him up. What does he look like? He looks like a dog with a fur disease, right? Because he's all patchy and splotchy. Why is that? That is because we have what we call variations in cranial topography. I love that expression. Variations in cranial topography. Anybody want to translate? You got a bumpy head, that's right. And what you got to do is you got to get the hair out of the valley and you got to get it up onto the neighboring hill. Because if all you do is cruising with a 1 guard, and by the way, this helps our business. Mom goes to Walmart, spends $9.99 on a clipper, takes little Billy out in the backyard, puts a 1 guard on, and zips him up. And he looks like a mangy dog. Because she doesn't know this stuff. She doesn't know. Take 2 fingers, put them behind your ear. If you have a human skull, you have a bump right behind your ear over there. That's just the way they build skulls. If you can't find the bump, see me after your class. All right, I'll see if I can help you find the bump. But this is just the way we're built. And they're different. You know, I got an occipital bone in the middle of the back of my head. This is like an extra eyeball. If you run a clipper up the back of my head, I got like a bald spot right there because it sticks way out and everything below it is lower like that. Sometimes you got to get the hair out of the valley and get it up onto the neighboring hill. Now, sometimes you can't scoot this dude's head high enough up. You ever have a client that's got a hot dog head? Where the back of their head looks like an 8-pack of hot dogs? You didn't know that's what that was called, did you? That's a technical term, hot dog head. Yeah, that's hot dog head. Exactly. Sometimes you can't get that tension in that portion of the head just like you'd like to. You're going to do the best you can.
Your clippers are going to fall.
I'm sorry?
I was trying to get your attention.
I appreciate you keeping an eye on that. Although it doesn't follow with the rules of sanitation, one of the rules of gravity is nothing can fall farther than the floor. So if you put it on the floor, you don't have to worry about it. But thanks for spotting that.
All right, you got something here for that.
Free video. Okay, we're coming around the ears here. Don't be afraid to shift those ears down, around, and out of place. Notice as I come up off the sides of the head, I come straight up off the head. If we are doing what we call tapering or fading, we would rock out. We would rock out with that toe to heel motion. If we were doing what we call contour cutting is a haircut that the finished haircut matches the cranial shape of the client. That's where we would follow the curve of the head. We would come up and over and follow the curve of the head. In the case of a flat top, when we get to the widest point of the head, we want to come straight up off the head to continue to build the vertical sidewall that is so characteristic of our flat top shape. Step number 1 is cutting the perimeter. Step number 2 is what we call up from below. For the purposes of this, I'm going to switch to a 000 blade. I use a 000 blade when I want to work very close to the comb, and I'm going to go with my black comb because he's got light hair. Dark combs, light hair, light combs, dark hair. What's that? Okay. That's what we call stress-induced highlighting. There you go. You know, wife and kids will give it to you. Or something. Now, what is one of the most important tools I would be using for this type of work that I'm currently not using? Do you know? No, the mirror.